Helmet, I Know, guitar tabs, and guitar lesson. I'll play all the different parts of the song right at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through, give the full explanation for it. Do me a big favor, hit that subscription button. It's the best way of letting me know you like this video and you want to see more Helmet stuff. And now, let's get on into it. Alright, so for starters, a special tuning note here. I'll just be arranging this in a more accessible drop D tuning, so just a D, A, D, G, B, E. But a heads up, if you want to play along with the recorded version, like exactly as the recording, they're in a drop D flat. So you would take the drop D and then take everything a half step further. So that's if you want to match up exactly to what's happening with the recording. But just for our purposes, just to keep it simple and easy to jump in for everybody, just in a regular drop D tuning. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get to this intro. And it's just two kind of big, really cool sounding chords. The first, we're just borrowing this, for us here, it'd be an F. So just the 3 on the DAD, and then initially we'll tack in this 5 on the G. Alright, and then under that we throw in this cool suspended kind of vibe, where we'll hit pretty much like the top half of it there, like that 3 on the middle D, the 5 on the G. Then we add this E note, octaves, like the 5 on the B and that open high E. And we just let them ring really big, nice full chords there. And then we shift to our other, which is this open D vibe here, and kind of the same deal, the open DAD. Then we'll add a 2 on the G, and then we want our E octaves still with this, so we'll add that 5 B, and then the open high E. Alright, and we just bounce between those and the intro. And then there's a variation with the intro there. We get a cool little palm mute open D chugs there at the tail end of the previous section we're coming off of. So we're just kind of doing a leading up into this part where we'll do a hit the 2nd fret power chord, slide it back into those 3s, and then we kind of start our regular deal from there. And then the little variant leading into the next chord is we do this power chords 5, 4, 3, open. And once we hit that open, we just cut it real abrupt. All right, and we kind of hesitate there for a moment. Everything drops out, and then we hit our big open D voiced suspended vibe there. And to wrap up the intro there, and this is kind of how like the chorus wraps up too. A lot of that intro we'll see again in the chorus. We just shift down to this chord, and it's just barring the now E flat here, the first fret on the DAD, and then we add threes on the G and the B. And with this, we're just strumming it eighth note style. All right, I'll get us into our next section. All right, then we have this interlude section after the intro, and it's, you know, two guitars kind of doing a couple things. It's kind of fun, kind of loose, real arbitrary section here. The first guitar is just strumming away on harmonics. It's basically just hitting the harmonics of the 11th fret here on the DAD. Okay, that type of deal. The second guitar is just doing these real like sporadic kind of arbitrary power chords there. And like it'll hit the open, it'll do a couple opens to the 3 to 4. Something like that, you know, just real short, choppy little like strange additions here. And then it'll do like another open, maybe a couple opens, and then do like 3 open, 3, 4, come up, hit some 5s, back to a couple opens, a couple 4s. All right, just kind of plays around with it real loosely there, so a lot of fun with that. The verse gets going, and we just crank out this 4s, 3s, opens to a couple opens, kind of hesitate, hit a final open just before we loop it. Loop it. All right, and this first verse, it just cranks that out about 17 times, and then it'll kind of throw in this little hitch on that final time where we do our 4, 3 opens. And then it does kind of this little hitch where it goes 3 opens. All right, and then it wraps it up by doing an open, 4, 3 opens, 2, 3 open. All right, just to get us right into that chorus. And with the chorus, like I said, a lot of it is reminiscent of the intro. We do our same, F big suspended chord there at the 3s. And with the chorus, you can get a little like more strummy with it, throw more in there. Come off to the big open D suspended vibe. Right, repeat the 3s at the F. But here we can add a little something with the chorus where we come on up and we do a quick 10s to 9s leading into that final opens. And then of course we'll finish it by strumming our first fret suspended vibe. With the second verse, it's that same kind of pattern. Alright, but we can throw in a couple new little curveballs here where about the 8th one, instead of doing 4, 3 open, we do 5 3s opens. It's a real subtle little thing that just gets slipped in there. So you can drop that in there, and then we'll do the 4, 3 opens about 8 times. Okay, I'll concise it for you, spare you all the time there. But at the end, we come on up and we do 12s, 11s, and then we go open, 10, 12, open, 10, 12. And just slide it out. All right, my favorite part of the song here, this bridge and ending riff. It's almost like this chromatic, just kind of cyclical thing, and it's really fun to play once you get it. It's almost like a warm-up technique or something, but it starts by doing just all DAD power chords here. We go 4, 3, open, 5, 4, 3, open. All right, and then we go 2s, 3s, opens, 3, 4, open, 4, 6, open, and then it just keeps cycling there. So let's just try it slowly here. And we have an outro section here, and it's pretty close to the chorus, but we do this vibe where we'll start with that ending chord, the first fret there with the 3s, and we just strum that out, slide it up to the 3s with the 5s, and then off to our opens. Alright, and we would crank that out about 3 times. And then we'll finish by doing the first fret power chord up to the 3 again. And then we throw this little dynamic in there where it's just a 3 power chord to a couple opens twice. And then off to the open. Alright, and then of course we would do our, our first 3s and then our ending riff.